You are listening to the Cigar Noise Boys.
At home, drawing pictures, lemon yellow sun, arms raised in a V, where the dead lay in pools of maroon blood. Daddy never gave attention, no, to the fact that the King X Jeremy spoke in class today.
Avenged
Come on,
Sevenfold.
motherfuckers. Pearl Jam, Jeremy.
Well, you keep
Pearl
singing
Jam,
that.
Jeremy. At home, drawing pictures of mountaintops with him on top. Lemon yellow sun, arms raised in a V.
Tyler, that sounds
Pearl
about
Jam,
as good
Well,
as
like even when he
the
sings it, the
actual
lyrics
song
are
is.
indistinguishable. But yeah,
Also, my internet is lagging hardcore, so this
What are
is
you
gonna be a
fat
rough
fuck
one.
smoking?
Oh my goodness,
Well, turn your video off, pussy.
that never works. That's what people say. It doesn't happen.
It always works.
Yeah, let's try it. There, I'm gone. Boom.
Better.
Did
Very
that-
better.
the audio's better or the visuals? All right.
Very better.
I actually can respond to you in real time.
Yeah, very better.
What's up, Cigar Noise Boys? With Brandon bringing the pain, Michael's tobacco. Today we're gonna be responding to Half Wheel's week of top lists. But first, yeah, Brandon, what are you smoking?
me, I'm smoking the new Tatsuwahe TAA 2022. We just got
Bragger.
them in yesterday.
But it's
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah, I know they're a little late, but they're here and they're fucking good. So I would definitely smoke some.
The TAA is broadleaf and the PCA is Sumatra.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
I'm excited to smoke this one. I wasn't excited for the BD, that really fat one. It's too big of a cigar.
Oh, the DB,
DB, yeah.
the DB Kappa or the double D broadleaf.
Whatever the biggest one was, that's what we got. I don't think it was a
They're
Kappa.
both big.
Big boys.
It's probably the Kappa because the double D was exclusive for
Yeah, it wasn't that one.
Tobacco Plaza. Yeah.
Tyler, would you light up?
I'm smoking a Cro-Magnon, Romacraft Tobacco, Cro-Magnon. What the fuck is this called?
Who do you work
The
for
Box
again?
Press Toro.
That's rough.
Nobody. I'm a free
Mandible?
agent.
Anymore.
Oh no, the Blockhead.
Blockhead.
There you go.
Nice.
I'm a 1099 employee. That
Real
gives me
quick, we
access
forgot.
to help
Hey,
out
hold-
anyone I want to.
We forgot last time. Shout out to Cigar Noise, our sponsor, Dave West, doing all things small. Did I say small batch or Cigar Noise? My brain looped, skipped. Our
yeah, you
sponsor is Cigar Noise. Dave West does things for small batch. Buy from small batch. Tell Dave he's awesome. Talk on the Facebook group. Back to you, Tyler.
What up, Ho?
First, 2022 awards, new company of the year. Thoughts?
Who won?
Ozgener, or is that the name of this company?
Yeah, I
Ozgener
mean,
Family
nothing like-
Cigars.
Nothing like having to change a factory 3 weeks into the cigar being released. That's always fun.
That's rough.
I mean, there's not any new companies anymore. There's like what, 2 new companies, West Tampa and Ginner. I don't know, man. It's
And then
I don't know.
Freud Cigar Company was the
Freud,
other.
I guess. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
That was a whatever.
Yeah,
Next was the Factory of the Year. Oh, hey, did you see a day before this was released? Jose Blanco on his Instagram posted a video of the factory, Fuente factory, with the caption, Where is the most beautiful and happiest cigar company in the world located? Of course, in Santiago at Tabacalera Arturo Fuente. Posted that a day before the results came out.
So
One for the whole team. I just liked it. It was just maybe pandering for more votes. I don't know.
I doubt that.
Flexing.
Yeah, I mean, uh, hey, I'll tell you what, man. How many cigar companies own their own factories? Not many. That's pretty dope. And shout out to is this Factory of the Year? Nico
Yeah.
Sueño, right?
Yes.
All right.
We haven't announced that yet. I was gonna have you do it, and you just didn't.
Oh yeah, yeah. Congrats to Skip and Mike. And all the people, all the rollers, the 75 people who work for Nico Sueño. They got another bodega, man. They're kicking ass, man. Hey, I mean that's the harder way to do it. You know, like if you think about it, like Nick Melillo, I mean, he's a tobacco savant. He's a wizard. He's sexy as fuck. He doesn't have his own factory. Steve Saka doesn't have his own factory. It's pretty dope to have your own factory. You know, shout out to James Brown and shout out to Skip and all the people who own their own factories. It's pretty dope to, um, I mean, get up and move to, I don't know, I think Skip called it a second, world country or whatever it is. You know, that's a big lifestyle change, man. I mean, I wish I could do it. I wish I could move down to Nicaragua. Shout out to my buddy Benchmade Cigars. He's down and he moved to Nicaragua. Shouts to him. But that's pretty dope. So, yeah, man, cool award. I mean, Half Wheel. That's the thing. People love to hate on Half Wheel, but they're the first ones if they get a good review, post it, or they're the first ones to check. I mean, that my thing with Half Wheel is I love those guys. I know Patrick pretty well. I know Charlie pretty okay. I mean, but it's they got a really good interface. That's why I love them. They need to come up with a podcast. That'd be dope as fuck. They came out with a podcast. But yeah, dope award.
Unrelated to Half Wheel. This is on Stogie Press. A review of the Maria Lucia. The summary, this is the first sentence. After smoking 3 Maria Lucia cigars from Luciano Cigars, I can say I have learned a little bit about Luciano's mother.
What?
Yeah. Then it continues. If this cigar depicts who she was, I would say Maria was spicy at times, yet grounded to the earth, and sweet in disposition. She loved flowers, fruit, and chocolate, and had a sweet disposition. But did he use disposition twice? Oh, sorry. Was strong when she had to be, and it continues on. That was a fun read.
Yeah, man. All you need is a internet and a phone, and you can do reviews and news and stuff. So, it sounds like beautiful writing. Yeah.
That's the part I enjoy about the blind reviews, besides just smoking a cigar blind. It's like a writing exercise. Except I wouldn't I don't know, talking about Luciano's mother. All right, next. Brennan, any thoughts on Factory of the Year? Have you visited many factories?
No, I'm lame. I've only been on a cigar safari with Drew. So I've seen Hoya and Drew's factory. But
that's not lame.
Fun.
The oldest factory in Nicaragua and the biggest factory in Nicaragua. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it was dope. And I was drunk the entire time. It was a lot of fun. But that was like before I was actually in the industry. Probably 7 years ago. But congratulations to Skip and Mike, first of all, and all the team at Nico Sueño. Definitely well deserved. But are we not going to talk about the most fun part of that little announcement? The little
comment section.
Comment section, definitely worth a read.
Thank you.
100%.
Yeah, concerned
smoker, aka I'm not going to say it, but we have an idea.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know. It's sad. I mean, if people have nothing better in life, I mean, I'm a hater, but not that much of a hater. You know, I love to hate on shit. But when I hate on people or hate on something, you know, I'm saying it. Like, I had somebody randomly message me and they said, "Hey, I've been in the industry for 25 years, and you shouldn't be talking shit about people behind their back." And I said, "Okay, okay." I was visiting shops in Phoenix, and I guess I was talking shit about people. I don't fucking know, but
Tyler,
that was pretty weird. What?
you're like the most nicest guy compared to form on this podcast. Like if I say anything controversial or mean to somebody, I feel like you freak out.
No, I mean, I'm not. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. But
Probably different in like a small group where you're hanging out versus our massive media podcasts with all the reach.
yeah, maybe. Um, Look, that guy sucks. And then to do it anonymous, like, dude, you're a pussy. Like, what the fuck, you know? Another thing too, like, if you talk shit, like, uh, fucking, stand behind it, you know? So, but not me. I'll delete it ASAP. But yeah, next.
Company of the year, Drew Estate. I thought it was a solid pick. The runner-up of Aganorsa, I don't know why that was an honorable mention. And La Flor Dominicana, I guess because they made a bunch of money on NFTs. The runner-ups confuse me more than the winner.
Yeah, I mean, Drew Estate, I like what they do, man. I think they're cool people. And, uh, Agnorsa, I mean, the rebranding has been going really well. Terrence is probably the nicest person in the one of the nicest people, whatever the word is, in the industry. And he's doing a great job, man. Uh, People didn't talk about Aganorsa. People who did talk about Agan or Casa Fernandez, mo- ma- uh, mostly were the cigar nerds, and they knew that they made stuff for Dion and Nick and Rainier and Master Blender Kyle. But now you're seeing a lot of regular people smoking it. Usually, the only people who smoke Aganorsa, well, I said nerds, but people who like the big ass cigars too, like the 7x70s and shit like that.
Yeah.
But now it seems like everybody's smoking them, and good for them, man. I think they're good people too. I don't know the whole deal, the whole story with what happened with Pepin and them back in the 2000s, early 2000s, but they seem like great guys. I visited the factory. I didn't get to meet Max or Eduardo, but if I'm a billionaire, I wouldn't be hanging out at the factory either. So, but I met the guy. What's his name? He rides a Harley. You see him in all the pictures down there. He's a dope dude, and the factory is beautiful. They have beautiful trees. Nick did some really cool murals out there. But oh, and LFD, man, congrats, man. Hey, those NFTs, man, they hit when it was good. I'm really curious to see Tatuaje's NFT if they still do it. I have a feeling they won't do it, but it'd be cool to see them do it and see what happens. But LFD hit at the right time. It seems like that crypto stuff, whatever, blockchain, all that shit, it's above my head. That's kind of died down, but I want to see somebody else do an NFT.
Solus was a good smoke too. I don't know if you smoked from yet.
No, I haven't.
It's good.
Maybe I'll have to go from Brandon.
I was thinking about back to Drew Estate. I think they released 4 new core line lines in the last year and a half, basically, because they did 20 acre, Nika Rustica Adobe, Blackened. Is there a fourth? Am I losing my mind?
The
lot of line
Undercrown 10
extensions.
was a year ago. The Undercrown 10th, there's a dojo exclusive.
Okay, so never mind. 3 in the last year and a half, but they pulled out of PCA and they've had great success with the Freestyle Live programs and the kits and stuff that they do.
Dude, the
And
swag is off the chain. And the H99 and the 10-year Liga are really good cigars.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that those are starting to flow pretty regular. Instead of being decided by lottery. That was always annoying because you wanted it, but you knew you weren't going to get any. But yeah, the just that whole program of selling the cigars unbanded before they come out so people can smoke them and just like have an unbiased view before they know what the hell it is. I think that's cool. And then you get a chance to win a Bitcoin or a Jeep or whatever the hell they're giving away at the Freestyle Life thing. So it gives you kind of a reason to want to tune in.
Yeah,
I know it's hard to get normal consumers to care about following this industry in any sort of way. Like, they're not reading Halfwheel. They don't give a shit about your podcast. They don't care about.
Oh, okay. Time out. No.
Reviews. No, I'm just saying, like, the average cigar smoker smokes cigars and that's it. They enjoy it. They enjoy tasting the relaxation of an hour and a half. They may only smoke one a week, or maybe they smoke more than that and they're fucking chain smokers. But like, they don't give a shit about anything on the back end. They just care that you have my cigars or not. And to like get them to change habits or to get them to be curious enough to watch a podcast or listen to a Freestyle Live, like, it takes some work, and that Drew's done a good job of getting the consumer engaged, I think, with that stuff. So,
or go to one of their festivals they do. It seems like those are really popular. Or go down to Nicaragua.
Yeah, the barn smokers going on the safari, doing the Savage Feast that they had here in Dallas last year, and the swag is always over and above. Like Roma does that with the Weasel Fest, and I think that's a great experience. But it's like pulling teeth getting people to go to that stuff, man. Even though we know that it's like worth the money, that you get way more out of it than you pay for in the ticket. But even for folks here in Dallas, like, it's hard to get them to want to drive down to Austin for a weekend because a weekend is their time, man. So
yeah,
it's just to get the consumer engaged with stuff like that. It's a tall task, and I think they haven't perfected it by any means, but they've done a cool job of having a new way to go at it, I think.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, I think, first of all, I love Willie Herrera. I want to see him more. I want to see him more like going doing events. I want to see him talking about tobacco and his blending. I felt like I haven't heard from him in a while. I did see him a little bit on the Zooms during COVID, but he's a big sexy dude. I want to hear and see him more. And then shouts to also, Drew Estate, like, to think that they had Willie and Malillo and Saka and all these people working for them. You know, Jesse doing the Flores doing the swag. What's his face doing the acid stuff. Fabian doing all that, and then they had Sam, that dude doing the Diplomat stuff, the Drew Diplomat app, and then all the turnover they have, and they're still kicking ass, man. And that's the thing I always try to tell people too is, and this has nothing to do with the guys leaving Drew Estate or anything, but people who leave like a good job and think that, and this, like I said, this has nothing to do with Drew Estate, but people who leave a good job and think like it's gonna suffer when they leave is not the case. Especially if the company's been around for a while, people will forget about you in a minute. I mean, I saw that when I left a cigar shop and went 20 minutes away to another cigar shop. That shop, I like, people love me there. It's still doing really well. Like, you know, don't read your own press clippings and don't think you are some indispensable clog. Like, if Brandon left Michaels tomorrow, you think Michaels wouldn't, you know, they'd be fine. No offense. I love you, Brandon, but they were around for a lot of years before you got there, and they'll be around after you leave too. It's the same thing with anything. I think that's funny. I think people start reading their own headlines too much, and then they need to realize that they are replaceable. So this has got me thinking about some people who have left jobs and you don't hear from them anymore. And it's like, well, the company you left's doing great, and I haven't heard you say one word. So, what does that mean? So,
And I'm sure Drew's taking really good care of Willie, but like he's one of those that could definitely jump and do his own thing, and people would be all over it. Just he's got
yeah,
that reputation. Anything he touches ends up being really, really good. So he's
yeah,
got connections with Titan de Bronze in Miami. He wouldn't have any trouble getting out there on his own, I know, but not that he should. He's doing great stuff with Drew, and it seems like they're taking really good care of him. But yeah, it would be interesting to see what he would do different if he was not working at their scale, but trying to do more smaller boutique projects, limited production tobacco, like that type of stuff. It would be cool to see what else he would come up with.
Well, yeah, it's totally different. Blending to make a cigar you're making 5,000 of versus something you're making 100,000 to $1 million a year of. So that's interesting. But yeah, my rant had nothing to do with anybody from Drew Estate or anybody. I just think that's interesting. But yeah, I'm excited for this year with cigars. I don't know what's going to happen, but hopefully there's some exciting stuff.
Tyler, that's why I'd love to see AJ or Ernesto blend something for like a 2,000 box, like real small, because they have so much tobacco, but they only do generally giant projects.
Well, I mean, Ernesto did the thing for the Chinese market that I think is only that isn't too many. I don't know, was it $85 a cigar? I don't know how many boxes they made. I don't know what brand's gonna carry it. It's a $1,000 box, but
it's not even. It's the price of the cigar, but also if you like it, you don't have any more in that box. They're all one-offs.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone with money won't care.
Yeah, I wonder if Skip bought one because he's a Ernesto guy.
All right, let's talk about balls for a second. Before we get into the packaging awards, just before that post on Half Wheel, Ohana's new Olelo, and got to be the worst packaging for this year, and it looks like a nut sack with leaves coming out of it.
I didn't see that.
You don't need to. It's just if you're curious. I don't think you're gonna be in Hawaii, so they probably won't be on your radar.
Shit, my mom was in Hawaii a few months ago. She's going back twice more this in 2023. I need to make it up there. Packaging of the year. I mean, I don't know. It's at this point, what can you do? What hasn't been done? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking through it. There's some nice things. The Aura, that's the one that Ernesto did, I believe. That's on here.
Mm-hmm.
Aventura's been on a few years. The Sonetter, that was cool.
That's dope as fuck, yeah.
CAO Vision, that was new. Cypher, okay. I don't know what number 2 is, and the number 1's the Mirafell. Good night, like $50 per that cigar?
So I think number 2 is that Romeo humidor that they made.
Oh, Cuban Habano.
No, it's the Better Roses humidor that Altadis made. Yeah.
Oh.
It was really beautiful. They didn't make very many of them. I believe Michael Joseph bought one because he loves humidors, kind of Joseph's. But yeah, it was sexy as hell.
That's a dope shop if you guys ever go to Houston. It's really they probably have some of the probably one of the biggest inventories in Texas. It's crazy.
Yeah, they got a lot of really good stuff.
Former Southwest pilot. I think he worked at Southwest as a hobby. Like, it's crazy because you got one of the partners in Oveja Negra, Stephanie Todd's a pilot for Southwest, and then Michael Joseph is a retired pilot from Southwest. So pretty cool, the airline connection. It showed like I should have been a pilot. I messed up. Is it too late for me? I don't know. Actually, I kind of want to be a flight attendant, but I have to
Hell
start all
yeah.
over again. I'd have to start all over again and pay. I mean, you make really good money, but if they had said, "Hey, we'll make you a topped out flight attendant if you come," I'd probably do it. You can see the world. Well, not the world, because Southwest doesn't fly, or this one major U.S. airline doesn't fly too much international. But it'd be cool to go to different shops and shit like that. And but yeah, flight attendant I think would be a cool gig.
Tyler, when's the last time you've seen a 6'3" male flight attendant?
Not very often, but hey, I'd be pretty good security up there. I want to be a flight attendant / air marshal / kick-ass DJ.
Oh yeah.
Still scrolling through Half Wheel. Indiana Ortez coming out with a new company, no longer with Casa Favilli. I still wear my Mombacho hat all the time.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate the big lighter that she's using to light that shirt?
Props.
I'm Nicaraguan DuPont.
I've been using my DuPont instead of a Bic because the one with our podcast logo burnt out on me.
Yeah, we gotta get some.
We gotta get more stickers too.
I asked a friend of the podcast to update our logo, and I don't know what he's been up to. I mean, he knocked out the Visa Horny packaging pretty quick.
Well, if he didn't respond to you or he hasn't done it yet, he probably sucks.
No, he's a cool cat.
Fat eggs.
He's busy.
You're busy, Brandon?
No, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. Fuck him.
But Tyler, I do want
I don't even know why you were
in our new photo shoot. Yeah, no one said names. Tyler, in the new photo shoot, I want to be smoking a Fomorian. I've really put some thought into this.
Good. It's a good cigar.
Yeah. What else? Vlada, new cigar or new company for cigar. Okay, scroll. Top 25. Oh, dang it. Got to go to the previous page. All right. Half Wheels top 25. Not the consensus. We'll do that second. I don't know how we should go through this from 25 down to 1. I have not smoked probably half of these. So, Brandon, you're going to have the most say, I think, probably over Tyler, too.
Yeah, that Alfonso is extraordinary.
It was so good.
I could see why that's number 1 on anybody who smoked its list. It's really hard to beat. Although,
it's a good price point.
I'm just putting this out there right now. If y'all haven't smoked that new Flor de Los Antillas 10th anniversary, get one and retro it. I know it's still $40, but it's worth it. It is ridiculously good.
Was it last year that version got their number 1?
No, that was the Humidor Deluxe from my father.
Okay.
It was like $100 my father that they sold in special humidors.
I got one of them, and I gave them to my friend and mentor. And he lit it up. He lit it up for a 15-minute commute, and then we went and got something to eat. He came back and lit it, and then relit it. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I mean the list. It's a good list, man. I mean, I love Half Wheel. I'm a fanboy of Half Wheel. I mean, anyone who has like a Rock Patel, in the top 10, it's they review everything, and I don't know how the I wish they would review the Casa Torres Robusto, Connecticut, because that's my number 1 cigar of the year, I think. And that's actually, I think that might be my favorite cigar ever. To me, it's I don't know why I say it. It's like a Nicaraguan Davidoff. I don't know why I say that. I guess I say I compare it to Davidoff because I imagine it like what I hear people say about Davidoff, but it just tastes like $1 million. It's really creamy. It's smooth. It tastes like a Connecticut, but it's got a little bit more body, but it's also got the creaminess of a Connecticut. I tried to get some more from Mike Rosales, and he ended up giving me, I think, 3 or 4 singles, which I'm really happy to get. But I was trying to get a bundle from him, but he only has a few left. But he gave me a few more, and that's my favorite. I think that might be one of my favorites. That's in my top 10 favorite cigars ever. It might be number one. And then I'm really curious to see them review the Kaiser Sose because that cigar is phenomenal. Friend of the pod, one of my best buds, Tron, he gave me a box for Christmas of the Kaiser Sose.
Dang.
Yeah. So, and then Mike gave me a couple more singles of those. That's a really good smoke. So I hope they review that one. But yeah, I mean the Intemperance got number 9. $10 smoke, $10.30 for a Corona Gorda. That's a good price. And then I really enjoyed the Craft 2022s that came at number 23.
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan. I mean, I like it, but the Candela on those ones, I prefer the ones that don't have the Candela. So if anybody wants to trade my Candela for your non-Candelas, I will. But Craft 2022, I love that cigar, and I think 5x50s is the best size. That or like a best size for a cigar, 5x50, or give me or the Anthropology size in Roma Craft, that Corona Gorda, or they call it Corona Larga. I don't know what they call it, but I love those sizes. Them 2 sizes are my favorite. But it's a good list. I mean, it's a solid list. I'll have to try that Illusione one-off Allegria in that size because the one I had was not good at all. And then I kind of want to try that Black Diamond. The Firecracker Bandolero was good. Oliva Series B is always solid. Supreme Leaf's hit or miss to me. I like the Paladin de Saka. But $30 is a hard pill to swallow. I'm on a budget. I'm a homeowner.
2 times.
So, two-time homeowner. At the same time, it's a good list.
I think this list over CA or any other list, when I see something that I've never smoked, but like the Rocky Patel, I kind of want to try it rather than just.
That's a good cigar.
I haven't tried it.
Yeah, I mean that's obviously trying to get the Davidoff white label smoker.
Yeah.
It's a Connecticut. I like that one a lot. It's a good cigar. I mean, I'm not going to spend $20 on it, but if somebody gave me one, I'd definitely smoke it. I actually like them a lot. So
the number 6, Mi Querida Tree Traca 448. I would have had that on my year-end list, but I didn't include it because it came out in December 21. Just got to throw that out there. It's a good cigar.
Yeah, that size is really, really good. I wish that, like, I like the Sakakon, but that's way too big of a cigar for me.
Yep.
So I would
that's
like
a good
to taste
cigar.
the
I had one. Yeah.
I didn't like it. It scared me.
I want to taste it in a 448 size. To me, that blend in like a more size that's friendly to my mouth would make me very happy. But yeah, that Rocky Patel was very good. That Davidoff Master Selection was fantastic. Like so shroomy and musky and just amazing.
Las Calaveras this year, I've only smoked one Tyler, but I thought last year's was over the top better. Also, 20 Acre Farm, worst cigar on this list. IMO.
It's hard to make FSG taste good, brother. They did a nice job.
I haven't tried one yet.
Cameroon,
it's
that's good.
I think the price point came in a little high for it. It hasn't been like it's like a $13 to $15 stick. The 20 Acre.
Yeah.
But it's I can't imagine anyone smoking it and being like, "Oh, that's disgusting." It's a creamy and light and a good cigar.
I didn't think it was disgusting, but it made me mad because it just, to me, it had no flavor. For the price of like a Diamond Crown, I think Connecticut's about the same price.
Yeah, yeah. I would definitely rather have the Diamond Crown,
Yeah.
100%. The Aladino Cameron Gordo, I love the Elegante that they originally made for Jay, that now everybody can have. That Elegante is really good. I love the Lonsdale. I'm not a big fan of their Gordo. The new Classic and the Corona is very good. Um, it, as long as you smoke it slow. If you smoke it too fast, it gets a little hot on you. But
I'm curious to see what Saka does with the Florida Sun Grown.
does he working on a project?
That one he
Yeah,
said.
I think he told me he mastered it, or he said, or not told me, he told Facebook
Oh yeah, I
that,
remember that.
yeah, he posted a big posting. Dude, I love reading this post.
They're very funny.
Yeah, I mean, he was talking about the pressing of the Sober Mesa, and that is a beautiful, beautiful pressing. I don't know if you guys see it, the what do they call that? The Vista in the box. It's beautiful. And then it's funny that Gurkha ripped it off with the La Marquesa and they put it on the band and the box. It's basically the same logo. Um, but yeah, I'm curious to try that. So all right, let's talk about the consensus, man.
Hold on, pause for a second.
Oh,
Cameron
one other thing
Cigars.
about Half Wheels list, real quick.
All right, we're going.
All right, so if you looked at like Charlie's prequel to the lists coming out, where he's talking about like sponsors versus non-sponsors and their rating system, and you look at like the average rating that they give sponsors and non-sponsors, and realize that they purchase all their cigars for review. They're not taking anything that's like a loaded sample from a manufacturer. They do a really good job of giving their honest opinion. Like whether you think sometimes the notes and stuff are creative writing projects more so than like what any human being could actually ever taste when they smoke the cigar. Their scores are pretty accurate, and they do a really good job of like giving you an idea of how the cigar performs and giving it a fair rating, I think.
Or if it just tastes good, like Brandon, we talked about we'll generally agree, like we'll smoke something like that's a good cigar, and then they rate it a good score. Now, are we tasting the 180 different flavors? No, but we know it's a good cigar. Like we talked about that 100 times,
100%.
Yeah.
So I just want to give merit to their list that this is not the top 25 sponsors of Half Wheel from this year. This is a true representation of what they thought the best cigars were this year by the reviews that they did, and I got to give them a lot of respect for that.
Yeah, and you can tell it's not sponsorship driven too, because if you're trying to get sponsors, you would have like you do like CA and have a cigar from each company make the top 25. They have two Roma Craft, they have a couple from Selected Tobacco. It's they're not trying to appease everybody to get more sponsors, and I can see why people hate them too, or hate on them, because I mean that's a pretty sweet gig. Like if you told me like, hey, your full-time job is smoking cigars and writing news stories and taking pictures and hanging out in an office in downtown Dallas smoking cigars, that's pretty fucking dope. But I do think it's funny, the whole thing with the whole if you do something you love, you won't have to work a day. Anything you love and you have to do it every single day, it becomes a job. Like no matter what, I don't know what, is there something out there like even think about it, like even being like a in a band, like a rock band, like doing I mean, I'm sure going on tour is fun, but doing it again and again and again, or it's like some of these cigar owners uh who like as a job to some of them, because some of them won't even travel to do an event. Like events are fun, and like I love doing events when I work retail. You get the principal owner in there, they do an event. Like like we'll say, hey, we'll do a $15,000 order. Can you fly up to Wisconsin and do an event? No, I'm good. Like, so obviously it's to work. It's like it turns into work for them too. So I think it's funny about the whole that whole statement. You know, that's a whole nother philosophical point. But
Yeah.
uh,
I mean, yeah, man, like everybody loves sex until it's their job. Like,
that's where I
yeah.
thought he was going before he said banned.
Oh yeah, I try to keep a little PG on here.
Thank you,
Um,
Tyler.
but like like you talk to Charlie, like how many cigars does he get to sit down and smoke in a given year where he can just enjoy it and turn his brain off? Like even during PCA, he smokes like 2 or 3 cigars the whole time he's there. How is that? How are you enjoying? Like I go to PCA just to hang out and talk shit and hang out with my buddies and see people I haven't seen in a whole year. They're out there working it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. If you look at, they did 198 reviews, so 200 reviews between 3 people. That's a review every week per person, basically. That's more than a review every week per person.
And 3 cigars per review.
Yeah. You would hate doing that if that was your job. You would start hating cigars. I promise you. Like,
Yeah.
to still love this industry and still love cigars and still do a hell of a job being accurate. I got to give them props because like that would be a pain in the ass.
Dude, I was working retail 1 day a week and I was getting sick of it. Now it's funny because I miss retail and I kind of want to get a part-time retail job. But it's yeah, it turned into a chore. And then not only smoking it, you got to pay attention, but then writing that big ass long article. I wish I would read it all. I just read the points so I can learn and I read the final score and everything. But I like reading, like for me, I like reading the history and the factory and the all the notes and the cool interesting points. It's kind of like with sports. I kind of like the whole NBA trade season when the trade deadline or the NBA draft more than I actually like watching a basketball game. I want to see who gets traded where and how it fits and who gave up what to get what. I almost like that more than uh, uh, learning about it more than actually smoking a cigar. I want to learn more about it.
Okay, before we move on to the consensus, we were talking about the Cameroon Aladino. Dave West posted that he smoked the new Caldwell, Long Live the Queen, which is also
Yeah.
Cameroon. And he said it was super good. And I was thinking about it. I think the only Cameroons that I really lean to grab, because I don't really smoke Fuente often, but the Aladino Cameroon and Baca, those are like the only two.
And they're both really kind of non-traditional Cameroons, I would say. The Baca is it's got a lot of body. And I mean Brandon would know. Does that taste like African Cameroon? The Honduran room?
I mean, it's good. I wouldn't say it tastes remotely similar for me, but like I don't think you're going to fool anybody with it and say throw it on an Opus X and then decide, oh yeah, this is true African Cameroon. But it is by far our best selling brand family within Aladino. We all love it. It's great in every size. They've done a really good job with that brand. And I think the only expression of it that they've used outside of that Aladino would be for the PC exclusive Aroa that they did. So they did a box press version of that and then a round version of it last year.
Oh, that was Cameroon?
And it's also very good. It's priced quite a bit higher. But yeah, that's the Honduran Cameroon.
With the red
that Jerry does. That one.
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Laglara Imperial Jade, is that the same Cameroon? Do you know?
I know there's Ecuadorian Cameroon now too, right?
I don't remember what they used for that, but I didn't like that cigar.
I didn't like it either.
All right, Tyler, consensus? What do you want to say?
Man, I mean, I think the code's been broken years ago about how to get on a consensus. Just send a box to every reviewer, and I almost guarantees that they're going to review the cigar. And if the cigar is good, it's going to get a good rating and probably make it in the top 25. It's just getting the cigar in the hands of people, because not every reviewer can afford to buy every cigar. So yeah, if I was a company, I'm curious to see what the ROI would be on the sending every reviewer a cigar.
Tyler, who are you referring to, by the way?
A lot of companies send samples out.
Just as a guess, he probably has 3 cigars in the top 5. Would be my guess.
It doesn't. That's. I'm just
Brandon,
saying, man.
You're reading into it too much. He's talking about in general.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. I know. I think Southern Draw sends out a lot of samples. I know Saka does. I know, like, the big companies, General, Drew Estate, Hoya. A lot of them send out samples. So I mean, that's a good way to get on the list because they're going to try it and then they're going to review it. So,
Tyler, next year or this end of this year or beginning of next year. Anyway, if we do the vote again, I'm going to come out with my separate list because I read up, and if you just worked retail, your list was accepted, but you're still not allowed because you work for a company.
I don't work for a company. I'm a 1099 employee. I own my own business. It's Visa Horny Enterprises, who does contract work for a major cigar company based out of Austin, Texas.
And technically, he's never cashed a check. He's saving them all up, and is going to do it all at once and bankrupt them.
Right? No, no, that's false. But yeah. So any cigar companies out there, hey, I'm an employee. If you need an opinion on a cigar, or you want an opinion on your packaging, or I got my finger on the pulse of the cigar industry. So,
okay, relax.
You know what? You don't have to pay me money. I'll smoke a lot of cigars, so that's a fair trade. But yeah, I'm Visa Horny Enterprises, and I'm good at packing boxes, cigar boxes. I'm good at helping out where I'm loyal, and I'm always available. My phone's always on. I'm strong. I can pick a washing machine up and carry it pretty far.
All right, Tyler. The point is, next year, let's submit a list.
No, I think it's cooler not to be on the consensus top 25.
What?
I think it jumped the shark. Have you seen some of the people on that list? Do you want to be associated with Joe Bob's Missing Tooth cigar reviews? I don't. I think it's cooler not to be on the consensus. Here's the thing, Dom. If you know me, and if you know my dad, me and my dad, we like to zig instead of zag. Everybody was buying the Apple iPod. My dad bought me a Dell DJ. Everybody was buying Haro bikes, Haro. I bought a GT. Okay. Everybody was buying Honda. I bought Hyundai. I like to zag, man.
I hear you.
Nobody was wearing Champion. I started wearing Champion. Now Champion's big. I don't wear Champion anymore. I'm not saying I'm a fashionista or anything, but I'm pretty cool in my own mind. No, I'm just kidding. I still wear Champion all the time. I'm wearing a Champion hoodie right now.
Brandon, the knuckle sandwich, Habano or Maduro, which is better?
The Habano for me by far.
Okay.
Habano.
But I'm excited to smoke the Connecticut. I saw that Smoking just got theirs.
I love a good Connecticut.
But yeah, the Habano, I do enjoy it a lot. I wouldn't say it was like on my list of top 25 things that I smoked last year, but it was a good cigar. I really liked it.
It'd be in my top 25, probably because I've only smoked 30 new cigars this year. But it's a good cigar. I bought a box after I hung out with Guy Fieri, and we text every once in a while. Just kidding, we don't. What was I gonna say though? Fuck, it had to do with zigging and zagging. Oh no, this or that. Olmec natural. I mean, Claro or Maduro.
Oh, they fucked that up bad. The Claro's definitely better.
I still think
you.
Maduro.
Not that the Maduro's bad. I like the Maduro.
No, I like them
But
both, but Dom's always
the
wrong.
Corona Gorda specifically, the Claro.
We've been out for a while.
Dom always picks the wrong one.
Our shop, I'm too good of a salesperson. We don't have any. I can't go back and smoke them again.
See, you're hyping yourself up. Those cigars would sell on their own anyways.
Tyler, I want you to know my name tag. My Dom's pick was on the Olmec.
Okay, hear me out. I left Lake Country Cigars. Roma Craft numbers went up. What does that say?
Tron is an awesome salesperson. He's crushing it.
Tron is crushing it. Josh is crushing it.
Yes,
Alex
the machine still moves.
That's what I'm saying. No one is irreplaceable, like Beyonce said.
I think it means people weren't smoking it out of spite towards you. Probably.
My point was that I can't go back and revisit. That's it. I want to try the natural, the Claro again. When we get them in, I will.
Do it in the Corona Gorda, baby. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I mean, the Robusto's good too, but do the Corona Gorda.
What else? That's it for half wheel.
Is there anything on here that shouldn't be on here?
The consensus?
So yeah, the Cerberus got like a 74 from half wheel, like an 84 from Cigar Cube. So at least two publications that we give pretty good agreement with destroyed that cigar, but it still made the consensus. And it scored above the Alfonso, which we universally said was like the best cigar we smoked last year. So does that just mean nobody had enough money to smoke the Alfonso? Or
I think that's what it means, but also the Cerberus, that's a lot of dojo people smoke Aganorsa, right? Drew Estate and Aganorsa?
Yeah. Terrence is awesome. So people are more likely to try it because Terrence is such a sweetheart. He's charismatic.
He is handsome.
Yeah.
I wish he was taller, but he is handsome.
Yeah.
And he's doing a great job. That rebrand looks really nice.
Yeah.
Across the board.
Oh, hey, look. Aganorsa Cerberus. Small batch, blind review. Single from me. Single from Rich. Single from Ted. Worst cigar we reviewed. Pass.
I'm just saying, somehow that scored above the Alfonso.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It was amazing. I didn't like the Placencia Year of the Tiger, but I did like the Year of the Ox. So I guess I would disagree with that one. But they did make a good one with that Year of the Ox.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone smoked that Alec Bradley double broadleaf yet? With the Honduran broadleaf?
No.
You should do it. It's good. And it's priced nicely.
Dom, you carry Alec Bradley, right?
We have a few Magic Toasts on discount, and that's it.
Ouch.
Yeah. We had the Kintsugi last year, but not really anymore. Moving on. Hey, talk to the manager again. He's saying or he wants to talk to Romacraft at TPE. He mentioned them. He mentioned Rojas, which I name dropped on the ICS Zoom.
Yeah, you have such a great input that you can't even get Roma crafted in the shop. You're such a good salesman.
What are you? Okay, Tyler, it's not my job. Or I don't know. I'm not the owner. It is my job to. It's going to happen. Then what are you going to say when it happens?
You got to do better, man.
Once it. Oh. All right, we'll see. This is the year.
Okay.
I had pralines for the first time this week.
The cigar or like a praline?
No, a praline.
There's a cigar called Praline?
Yeah, it's delicious. It's made by Buenaventura Curavari. It's really good. And their entire line is underloved for how good it is and the price point that they keep it at. They deserve more love.
I heard the guy was a jerk, and that's why
This is a cigar industry. Everybody's a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Maybe he's just misunderstood.
Yeah.
Like me.
All right. We got anything else before I
Brandon, thank you for coming on.
Hey, thank you guys. I always love talking to y'all. I need to come down and see the new digs soon, Tyler.
Yeah, come. I got a room for you.
Hell yeah. We call it the dungeon, the unfinished basement.
Sex room.
Hell yeah.
For you.
Sounds good, Daddy.
Okay.
Yes, Daddy. All right, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
So, looking at Halfwheel's advertisements, it looks like Illusione has taken over with kind of the announcement of their rebrand publicly. And I kind of like the way that they pulled it all together, where it still feels like it's a euphorism and all that stuff. So
nice.
Is it still the arm?
That's Aganorsa, idiot.
Hold on, what'd you say was a euphemism?
Oh, UFOs, like UFOs?
Oh, never mind. Gotcha.
Yeah, they've got a UFO like pulling up the Illuminati all-seeing eye, and it's still very like Dion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like the simplistic bands that they've always had. So we'll have to see. But if it gets it in new people's hands, because it's always been like a nerd's brand, man. Like it's for some reason it's hard to get general consumers to get onto it and go back to it.
Well, I think
even though it's really, really good.
Well, it's interesting that they use like the small, simple bands, and so does Romacraft. But Romacraft does a better. Their branding is more defined and more like people understand that. People understand that Aquitaine's a city in France where they discovered one of the. I don't know exactly. Was it like a skeleton or something?
Nailed it.
Yeah. But no, like you know what I'm saying though. Like people, they can tell a Cro-Magnon is different than the Aquitaine. You know, one's black, one's like brown. The Intemperance. The only kind of question I got with the Intemperance was the Whiskey Rebellion. Everybody thinks it's bourbon infused or whiskey infused, and I said no. It's based on the rebellion with the prohibition. But you know what I'm saying though, like right, like it's like they're both simple. I wouldn't like simple like a weird, but it's like it's not like a big gaudy band, but
right.
Because I think the Romacraft it's not like simple, but or it's simple, but it's complicated. Like you take off the main band and underneath it's got the hieroglyphics and it's just like
it's dope embossed and it looks really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the wine paper. Yeah, it's I think it's dope. But you know, I'm a fanboy, so but it's weird
I did enjoy Skip's post about like just being a simple looking brand on the shelf and people picking it up and liking it and then telling their friends to do it, and I'm never really like marketing outside of
tobacco, time,
word of mouth. But with like Illusione, I feel like Tatsuwai is one of those brands too that historically has been very focused on like simplicity of bands.
Yeah.
Where it's not about the band, it's about the cigar, and it's focused on the history of the cigars and the Cuban history of cigars and kind of a love of that influencing and shaping what they produce. I do kind of wish sometimes that Romacraft would do more to show off limited editions. Other than them being barber poles. Everyone recognizes the barber poles and goes after them like crazy. But for some reason, it's really hard to communicate to people that like, hey, this box press size, they don't make that all the time. And it's really good. you should smoke it because when we're out for the next year, basically.
Yeah, I remember
But-
telling a lot of people that when you had the event, like, look, man, this is the Mastodon. They don't come around very often. They're really, really good.
Yeah, and they're like,
Yeah.
but it looks the same as the other one. It's like, but yeah, that's how they do it though. They don't make it all the time.
Yeah.
It's regular. It's like regular production, but limited production or whatever. It's ongoing limited production.
There you go.
But
Tyler,
yeah.
I am
Do you
worried
know-
that the new Legione branding is going to look too much like Archetype, though. I feel like that's kind of
One quick thing
universally
about
died
that.
of this.
Oh, go on. Finish your thought. Architect.
I was just saying that the Archetype stuff, I think, is like universally kind of died from what I'm seeing, where it's like all on clearance and like kind of being pushed out of the market. So I'm just kind of worried about it coming in looking too close to that, and people are just thinking that it's like a rebranded Archetype and not realizing that it's a Legione. But we'll figure it out.
Quickly, I was gonna say, like, if you think about it, like, if the Monster series got into the wrong hands, that could be a god awful band, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But the boxes are the dress boxes are dope, and then the bands are simple, you know, they make sense.
Oh, we just got
Tyler.
a really cool like Sweet Jane humidor, or Deadwood humidor. That is that
Mhm.
coffin shape. It's like a 200 count humidor that Drew Estate did, and they actually had to license that shape from Pete. So I guess he's got a trademark on that coffin shape for a box, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, Don, I keep interrupting you.
you're good.
Talk to me, baby.
Is Romacraft releasing their year plan soon? Does it come out in January or February?
I thought so. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. Because I want to know when, if in that list, he's going to announce the.
All right, guys, I gotta go.
Kickers
This is
and
really
Arrow.
good. Love you
Thanks for
too.
having me on.
Keep
fellas.
puff for rating
All
on
you
those
people out there in the
Vitolas.
world,
UTLs.
you have an excellent day. You bodals and sodals and exodals and all of you peoples.
Photos, totals, and gender neutral leaves.
Rock and roll. Keep the cigars on ice.
Yeah.
Damn.